Good morning, everyone. How are you? Thank you for joining me this morning. I'm going to do a new moon spread this morning, something completely different. I found a new moon tarot spread, and I thought I'd give it a whirl. All right. So I'll use the Queen of the Moon Oracle tarot cards. I'm going to give messages of love from both oracles, and I'm going to use my Gaia deck, which is this deck here, which is this deck here, right? So let's begin. Now, the first card, I've shuffled the decks, all right, but I'll shuffle them again on camera. The first card, are you ready? You probably see my crystals and shit on the table. But anyway, here we go. Are you ready? Let's go. Okay. Oh. Look at that. New beginnings. Right? So this new moon spread is all about taking your power back, and it's all about the law of attraction. Right? You become more attractive when you stand in your power, when you're confident. Be confident about your intentions. Be confident about what you're putting out. These are a bit sticky this morning. And they're flying. Time to release stuff, right? And the beginnings card flipped over again. Look. Right, time to release stuff. Alright, let's go. Bottom of the deck is peace at the time being. So it'll bring you peace, right? So we'll go that one, and then that one. And what have we got? Howling at the moon. Hungry for new information. Hungry for something that feeds you. You're hunting for something. You're hungry for a new adventure, right? So this is where we find ourselves. What is blocking us? And the third one is the intentions that should be set in order for me to grow. The fourth one is knowledge to do or gain aid of cultivating our intentions, right? And 5 is the positive energy that we put out for our intentions to grow, right? For the possible outcome. Okay? Hungry for change. We'll have a look at the other one. New moon. Look at that. The darkness. It's talking about embracing the light. 2-9. Been saying that all morning this morning. 9229. Right? Okay, so we'll start with these ones. Where I am right now is going through extremes. Not knowing our emotions, not knowing what is happening with us at the moment. As a collective, we're changing. Number 2, what is blocking us? Some of us aren't accepting change. Some of us aren't accepting what needs to be accepted, right? To move forward. This is what's blocking us from growing. This is what needs to be left behind. We need to leave stuff that we don't accept and take stuff that we do, right? Number 3 is our intentions. What intentions should I set in order to grow? What will be, right? A lot of us are confused about setting intentions. Setting intentions is making goals for what we want to interpret, for how we want to continue on. We have number 4, which is what knowledge do I need to gain to aid my cultivation? And what does this say? Balance. See, everything's hanging in the balance at the moment. You're not sure what to take, what to grasp hold of at all. Okay? And these things are all okay. And the positive energy that will emerge by the full moon is pleasure. Something that makes us happy. Alright, I'll layer these cards and we'll see where we go. I'll use the Gaia cards. So I'll shuffle them. Oh, look at that. Taking a younger view, being free, instead of being caged. This is foundations. This is a small foundation, right? This is being carefree. Maybe some of us feel locked and blocked in. Union's at the bottom, right? Maybe some of our intentions is for union with somebody else. Lost things are coming back. This is the full moon of karma. Okay, so you have to be ready. Or the new, sorry, not the full moon, the new moon of karma. So you have to be ready for all sorts of things. This is happiness. This is knowing who you are. This is healing. See at the bottom? Okay, making us pleasurable. Making things pleasurable. Changing our decisions. Accepting what we need to accept to move forward. Just to point out, we have 4, 34, and 43. So the collective at the moment, or that I'm connected to, is feeling the same things from me that I'm feeling, which is a bit discombobulated a little bit. Healing needs to take place, right? Healing needs to take place for us to move forward on our path, on our task. So what I need to know right now, where I am, what is blocking me, the intentions I need to set. These are what knowledge do I need to gain to cultivate, and the positive energy. At the bottom of the deck, look at that, it's healing. How beautiful. The next card under that, don't be materialistic. Do what puts a fire in your belly, brings you pleasure, right? I don't do upside down cards. But to bring balance, you need to have some sort of pleasure. Find to do something that you love. New beginnings, new adventures, right? Find something that you love to do. Okay, I'm just going to layer these cards before I read the rest of it. We can't lie to ourselves. It's a choice, right? Don't betray who you are. Don't betray anything, because letting go of the darkness or embracing the darkness. See? This is making a new plan, alright? And the wheel is turning. We intuitively know it, right? It is people's beliefs. We are going more into our intuition, following our gut feelings, seeing a lot more, being present a lot more, letting go of things that no longer serve us with the wheel, making things turn, making things right. And the King of Pentacles is at the bottom, right? So some of us are still being materialistic instead of seeing the bigger picture. I'm not trying to be rude, but you know what? When the Ace of Pentacles comes out, the Pentacle story I read the other day, the Pentacle story goes all the way through. The intentions that you first planted will always come through to fruition. if you work hard enough at it, sorry, I'm drinking coffee. If you work hard enough at it, does that make sense? Right? So, where I am, and the bottom of the deck is viewing, might be immature truth. Sometimes when we don't see the bigger picture, we're only seeing half truths, right? Card underneath that. Breaking out from feeling in the cold, breaking away from that, breaking away from feeling oppressed and backstabbed and hurt and manipulated. But you have to be honest with yourself about the dark things that scare you, right? Jealousy, especially in relationships and stuff. Jealousy and fear and I'm not good enough, etc., etc. All that has to go for us to move forward, for us to move on, right? So I'll give messages of love while we're here. Oh, there you go, 3 cards have fallen out. So the first one, I'll put each one on top, right? We'll do the positive energy. Number 4, please. This is messages from Spirit, okay? Messages from, look, I found 2, right? 1, 2. Messages from, of support. And the bottom of the deck is sexual union. Okay, funnily enough, my business partner pulled cards for somebody this morning and did a reading for somebody this morning, and this was the bottom of her deck too. Honor the place in one another, where you are one eternal soul, for there you will find true bliss. It's beautiful, right? These cards are a bit funny to shuffle, but I'll work it out, right? May I have 3, please? 1. This is just messages of love, messages of support. 2. No. This is messages of love and support from those of us that are watching over us at this point in this karmic moon, right? There's the 3rd. The bottom of this deck is the Knight of Wands. Okay, now these tarot cards are completely different, so the meanings are different to the normal tarot, right? And we have this 2 of Swords. So we're coming out. Things are moving a bit faster than what they should, and they're not quite going the way they should be going, alright? You need to see the black and the white of everything, whether it's odd or not. I'll read you the meanings to these cards through the book because I don't know them very well, but I will read the meanings to them. Alright, so 1, 2, 3, right? So we'll do those ones at the end. Now, we'll go back to where I am right now in my life, right? We're going from extremes. We're going from being fiery and knowing it. We're having dramas with our emotions. They're all up in the air at the moment. We're going from one extreme to the other. We have wisdom and the King of Fire, right? Or the King of Wands. Now, the King of Wands, he can be a bit selfish towards himself. He can be a bit selfish towards other people. You need to see how they're both, see how they're both not looking at each other, right? So you're at opposite ends, going from one extreme to the other, okay? You have to find balance, surrendering what no longer serves you at the moment. Okay, that's where we all are. We're all sitting in the same boat. We're all emotional. We are all getting angry for no reason, right? We need to surrender and just know that the universe has us at the moment. What will be, right? Surrender at times. At times we must surrender the old before something new can come into our lives. Let go of all that, and it will work out. What will be, right? So letting go of being selfish, letting go of harsh thoughts about yourself, letting go of harsh thoughts about other people. So instead of insulting other people, that don't like you, just try and accept that that's their opinion, and you don't have to accept that opinion, right? Number 2 is what's blocking us, and what's blocking us from growing. What do you need to leave behind? Now this is acceptance. Oh, I spoke of the Ace of Pentacles, right? Look, this is seeds planted that you have planted in the past that have been hard work. It's very hard at the moment. You have to take the good with the bad, regardless. And this is what's blocking some people, is they're seeing more the good side instead of the dark side, right? And the dark side of relationships and the dark side of life. You have to embrace both of them to bring balance, right? Which is acceptance. Let go of harsh judgment, okay? Because the seeds that you are planting right now are the right things to open the gate, to move on. See how everything's up to fruition. Now in this card, there's an aura around the hand, which means that these are intentions that have been planted specifically. And everything comes with a price. Everything comes with a price. And some of us don't know what to let go and what to surrender to. And that can become hard. But it says on the card, deep in your heart, you already know the answer. Please, please do what feels right. Accept what needs to be accepted. Let go of what needs to be let go of. Plant your intentions with purity and no malice, right? Love who you are right now. Be gentle with yourself, because this is the new moon of karma. So what you put out will come back, right? So if you've been nasty and malice towards somebody, then that's going to come back to you. Okay? But if you can see people with compassion and love and forgiveness, then a lot of things won't be as hard to cope with at the end, right? May is going to be a huge month for us to learn from ourselves, to learn the lessons that we have in the past. Okay, now number 3 is, what intention should I set in order for them to grow? All right, the unexpected talks about believing in miracles. It talks about making a wish and depending on it, right? Because we're talking about building foundations. Now this fell out. Okay, so we're talking about finding foundation. We're talking about establishing, starting new things, getting away from feeling that the weight of the world is on your shoulders, right? Because it's emotionally draining you at the moment. Emotionally draining. All right, some of us are going into victim mentality. All right, which it's a woe is me, and this is one of the very first signs that you're waking up. Okay, but you need to let go of that mentality too, and what will be will be. Believe in miracles. Set your foundations. See, for you to get out of this shackle, you have the key and the lock around your neck. What you have to do is put down the other things and unlock yourself. Right? Maybe you're concentrating on things that aren't really supposed to be concentrated on right now. Okay? Fulfilling you emotionally is what should be concentrated on right now, making you happy. Okay? When it comes to matters of the heart, there is no right or wrong. Every choice that you make expands your understanding to live your life, which is very, very true. Expecting miracles, the unexpected. Okay? Make a decision to build an emotional foundation. Okay? Whatever emotionally fulfills you is the right path to go on. No matter whether it's right or wrong, it's still a lesson learned, right? And lessons learned makes you grow. As long as you don't make the same mistake again, lessons learned will make you grow. Okay? So number 4, what knowledge do I need to gain to aid in the cultivation of my intentions? So to bring balance, okay, you need to put thought into it. You need to see how there's light and there's dark. You need to see both sides of these. You need to embrace the dark. See, it says, hungry for the darkness, right? Embrace the dark. Don't be scared of it. Embrace the darker side and learn from it. Put some thought into being, every action has a reaction, right? Every action has a consequence. You have to be in the moment. This is what will gain. This is what you can learn. What will aid you in making your intentions work is having them as pure, having them as thoughtful. Now this is psychically being protected. Now, having thought and the Two of Swords come out is you're crossing the truth, right? There are 2 faces on this, and there are 2 swords on this one. She's looking into her cauldron. She's scrying forward to see what she can see. And the 2 is blindly trusting. Now in other tarot decks, these swords are blue and red, which talks about truth and strength. She's blindfolded, but she knows, she can see. She's contemplating how to move into balance. She's contemplating, right? These will gain you leverage on coming into your new balance, coming into new ways of thinking, right? This will gain you the knowledge. This will allow you to move forward. You have to see the light and the dark of every situation. Every situation. It is important right now to take a step back and spend some time alone. Instead of placing your focus on another, now it is time to place it on yourself. See? Being true to you will find balance. See, both of these are balanced. The faces are across from each other. Okay? The swords are balanced in her hand. Putting beautiful thoughts will bring balance in. Being kinder to yourself, thinking about what you want and what you deserve will bring this into fruition for you. Right? Karma is going to come round. What positive energy do we need We have to be pleasure. We have to do something that brings us pleasure. Okay? To make us happy. Set intentions that makes us happy. What positive energy will emerge during this phase? Happiness. If you set your intentions right, surrender what needs to be surrendered, then we can have happiness by the full moon. We can have a new adventure. We can start again. This is seeing things from a new perspective. This is going on an adventure. This is freedom to do. Right? Looking at it from a youthful point of view, having a time that's joyful. Both these cards mean happiness. Both these cards mean adventure. Both these cards have hidden meanings that only you will find. Right? When in ancient times, okay, Indian boys, Native American Indians, used to hit the age of, I think it's 11 or 12, and they used to be sent off on their vision quest, on their adventure, to make them grow up, to make them find out who they are, to be happy with who they are, to give them a purpose, right? This is a young boy starting off on his adventure with his dog. So he has loyalty. He has the hermit staff, which will help him over the rocky stages. Okay? He knows that within himself he's going to find balance, he's going to find peace, he's going to find happiness in his adventure, in the way he sees things. Strength. Strength in connecting to ourselves. Strength in connecting to other people. Right? Strengthening, having an adventure. Okay? Seeing things from a new perspective. Feeling stronger about your intentions. Okay? Feeling stronger to move forward. And the love message is, imagine all unwanted thoughts dissolving into light, creating room for new possibilities and opportunities to come into your life. So those of us that have been feeling lack, we can make a positive change to move forward. We can make a positive change to do things, right? We can move around stuff, because that's the way we are supposed to be. And if you're watching this channel and you listen to me, then and you listen and you're trying to find a happy medium, as it were, or sorry about the pun, but a happy connection, or trying to find out more information about what you need to do, it's all in here. It's all in your heart. There are some things that need to be let go of, and there are some things that don't, right? And the three messages from the heart cards came out as the Nine of Swords, the Emperor, Judgment, and we have the two bottom cards, right? So if we lay them out as the spread, we have the Nine of Swords. Where is it? There. No, sorry. I just lost it on my phone. I've got photos of it. I lost it. Sorry. Anyway, where you are right now is the Nine of Swords. Okay, which talks about. It talks about. I just dropped my crystals on the floor. Okay. The Nine of Swords. Let me read from the book for you. I haven't studied these ones a lot, but that's okay. That's okay. I'll get it eventually. Alright, here we go. You ready? The Nine of Swords talks about freedom, talks about resources, talks about looking within yourself to find out what is there, right? It talks about a period of reflection that leads to recharging energies and psychic resources. This allows reconstruction with vital relationships and loved ones that are dearest to you, which is you, right? Okay? So if you go into a time of reflection, which is what this is all talking about in position 1, we're talking about going from extremes, going from one behaviour to another behaviour, surrendering that, being at loggerheads within yourself. We're talking about surrendering that, reflection. See how the mirror's broken? Doesn't matter how many pieces it's broken into, you can still see yourself. Okay? And some of us maybe feel like we're disconnected. But bringing this reflection into your life, surrendering the arguing with yourself, being in two minds, you already know what you want. All you have to do is just be brave enough and surrender it, right? You already know what you want. Surrender it to the universe. Make your seeds, plant them. Now in position 2, this is what's holding us back, is the Emperor. Alright? Because we're not really taking authority. You're wanting... The Emperor in this deck talks about taking authority, being a little charming, right? Talks about being aware of your power, okay? Being aware of what you want, being aware of what drives you, what is passionate, what deep in your heart, what do you want? That's where it comes from, deep in your heart, okay? Deep in your heart. Number 3 is intentions that should I set to hold in order for me to grow. Judgment. You have to take a look at yourself, really. Right? Look past. Now, Judgment, it's a pretty harsh card, but it also talks about announcements. Right? It talks about what was, things coming out. Okay? So, Judgment talks about forgiveness and clarifications. Clarifications are useful for patching relationships. So what holds the foundation? What oppresses you? Okay? This is clarity. Clarifying everything. Okay? No matter, it says here beautifully, right? When it comes to matters of the heart, there is no right or wrong. Every choice you make expands the understanding for life and love. Okay? So you have the key. Judgment talks about forgiveness of betrayal. Right? Change your perspective. Change the way you view things. Change the way you look at things within yourself, and it will change the way you look at others all the time. Right? So we have number 4. This is the knowledge of what you need to do to help you, right? And this is the Knight of Wands. Okay, the Knight. This is curiosity and adventure. What is important to you right now? This is curiosity. An adventurous youth is seeking an unconventional. Look, youth. You know what? This talks about being traditional. This is setting your intentions is not traditional. And a lot of people are fighting with that. A lot of people are going, this is stupid. Nothing's going to freaking grow, right? But it does. It does. You need to work towards it. You need to find that happy medium. for you to work towards things, right? You need to find that happy medium. And this talks about having an adventure. This talks about unconventional romantic sexual experiences. This talks about what drives you, the attraction that you have for other people with contrasting persuasions, right? Are these your lessons? You need to see people for who they are. Are you doing it for your own gratification, or are you doing it for something else? This is where the balance comes in between thought and reality, right? This is thought and reality. Okay? How you've treated other people in the past. And you're thinking about it. Because this is karma, right? And some of us, if we haven't been very nice to other people in the past, then this stage of the moon is going to get really hard. And I'm not saying that to be mean. I'm really, really not. I'm really not. And number 2, see, we have the 2 of Swords here, which is what aids us, what we need to learn, right? And we have the 2 of Swords here. So this is also our positive energy, okay? This is also what we can imagine, right? The 2 of Swords talks about attracting things that are odd, a bit different, unique, right? Because if you can see that, they look the same. They're mirroring, regardless of whether they are the same. Everybody is feeling the same thing, regardless of who you are, racially, your skin colour, any of it. Whether you're male or female, things are happening at a fast pace, right? And we've got to take the time to work on ourselves so we can set pure intentions, set our wishes into motion, right? Now the 2 of Swords talks about attraction and tenderness, requires love, affinity, friendship. It's your choice, okay? Consolidation of 2, all right? This brings tender and intimate discussions, physical and intellectual attraction between 2 very different people. See, this talks about you're not by yourself. Everybody is going through the same thing. Everybody is awakening. Well, not everybody, but the people that are awakening are leaving things behind, and it's hurtful, right? Because we can no longer resonate with what was a month ago. Alright, it's hurtful and it's painful. But at the end of the full moon, imagine all unwanted thoughts dissolving into light, creating room for new opportunities and new possibilities for your life. Having an adventure, bringing pleasure to you, right? Doing things that fill our hearts. Okay, for some of us, this could be a new friendship. For some of us, this could be a new relationship. For some of us, this can just be a relationship between you and yourself. Alright? Have the strength to be different. Have the strength to want to be different, to think differently, to be unique, to be that unicorn, right? I know in some circles unicorns are a tragic word, but you know what? Unicorns are mythical. Unicorns are beautiful. They're pure, right? They're magical. Everybody is unique. Everybody is magical. You just have to reach out and grasp it, right? And know who you are at the end of the day. Thank you so much for watching me. Don't forget, if you like what you're seeing and you're resonating with me, then hit the notification button and you'll get updates. Alright? I hope you guys have a really, really cool intention setting new moon tonight. Alright? Please be wise, don't be scared of the dark. Don't be scared of any darkness.